Fear the walking sick people? It's Fail with 34, Fail Productions 1, and today I'm doing my episode review on Fear the Walking Dead episode 2. Okay, now I didn't really do an episode 1 review, but I did have some intense feelings about the first episode. Like, I thought it was... I don't know, the Fear the Walking Dead didn't really do it for me. Going into the second episode, you really have to prove to the audience, the story's moving forward, the story's going somewhere, and I didn't really get that with this episode. The follow-up to the premiere really should, get the audience's attention, and I didn't really think it did that. This episode moved at a better pacing than the last episode, because that was way too drawn out. This episode really picked off right where the last one left off, which was pretty neat. So it starts off with them driving back to find the kids, and it actually shows the daughter going to her boyfriend's house. Like, that whole relationship between her and her boyfriend, I think that's probably one of the better points in the show in terms of chemistry. I don't really know. I mean, I feel like they really try to push diversity and like these really, everyday kind of relationships in 2015. And I mean, it's cool seeing that on the screen, but the actors, I kind of feel like they're wooden half the time. So when Tobias is trying to explain the zombie apocalypse to the mom, it just really kind of wooden sometimes. It doesn't really hit the right spot in my opinion. One of the really cool parts I think of the episode is the way they use Tobias. They kind of use Tobias as like the viewer in the show. Do you get what I'm saying? The problem I have with the Fear the Walking Dead is the audience already knows what's going on in that whole Walking Dead universe. We know that, there's Rick out there and blah blah blah, he's in a hospital and what's gonna happen eventually. But in Fear the Walking Dead, we kind of have to realize, we don't know that. Like, the characters in the show don't know what's happening, really, to an extent. Now, Tobias really serves as being the audience in the TV show. That's one thing I really enjoy. But the thing is, how does he know the apocalypse is happening? And the question is, if he does know the apocalypse is happening, how come he's the only one and the people, like the main characters, who know this? Wouldn't you think if there was a live leak video of people dying and coming back to life that people would notice? There was a big action set piece in this episode compared to the last. This time there was a riot going down in downtown, and one of the side characters, which is actually, I forgot the name, but the dad's son, like his legit son, not the step family. He's basically recording what's happening downtown. Now this is one of the cool parts of the episode. What Fear the Walking Dead does well is they try and get real life scenarios such as, police brutality and injustice among the cops with people who are unarmed. They really kind of try to get that idea out there, and I think they do it pretty well. Now the problem here is, what I have without the whole entire show is they get the right idea, but it's not really fleshed out properly. I mean, like, it's cool that it's there and all, but it's just like, okay, I see what you're doing. Shit goes down at the riot, zombies pop up. Well, by zombies, I literally mean like two. There's this one dude who's already dead, and people are just talking about, you killed a regular dude. And then there's a scene where, maybe a couple minutes later, and like a fucking punk rock zombie girl just starts like rolling by, and they shoot her in the shoulder and the eye. Other than that, we follow also the mother who goes to the school. We actually see the beginning of the episode tied back into the show. You can see that Tobias and the mom are trying to leave when she sees a principal. I don't know what freaking mentality she's having. She knows the apocalypse is going down. She knows what is good. But for some reason she wants to talk to this principal who is clearly sick as a motherfucker. He has blood going down his shirt. He has everything wrong with him. But she decides to try and help him. That was really unrealistic how she kind of dealt with that whole zombie situation. So Tobias stepped up in this part. We see him trying to fight this Walker Principle. He fails pretty heavy. He actually goes for the kill shot in the head, but then he's just kind of scraping it. So I thought that was really realistic. The last part of the episode basically just, the family trying to escape the riot after things go AWOL, and they end up going into this family's house who at first rejects them but then later lets them in. Yeah, this is oh my god, yeah, there's people running, come in our house. No, I don't want to. Their daughter, who can speak good English, is yeah, come in, let them go in. I'm being a good person, you're being a bad person. So this episode ends off pretty much with the mother, just getting in contact with the family who are with those people near the riot and just saying, just stay calm, we'll get you in the morning, don't leave to the desert yet, because they realize, pretty early on, the desert's the safest place. Being away from people is the goal. Rick 101 lessons, they're good. The final scene in this episode, it was an attempt to show, the mom kind of showing that she's kind of dark and cold and oh, we can't trust people. When the neighbors who were throwing that little, Crayola freaking balloon party, which is so stupid in my opinion. Anyway, the mom or something is about to get killed by a walker, and the daughter notices. She goes up and tries to help by opening the door to save her, but the mom shuts the door. I don't know, her voice just pisses me off. I don't know, like I feel like her acting is just so I want more from the show, you know what I'm saying? Like, we're 2 episodes in now, and I kind of feel like the show is just kind of like, oh look, we're in a different state, zombies are happening, whoa, like it's not really doing what I want in a spin-off of The Walking Dead. My last thing is kind of the direction. Where is the show going? You know, at the very first episode, I'm kind of like, okay, it's doing this, it's going towards, you know, things are gonna go down and the full-blown apocalypse is gonna happen. And now, after the second episode, I'm just kind of like, nothing really happened. Now, we have to wait 2 whole weeks until the next episode. We can get zombies in the show. Thank you guys for checking out this review. I changed my layout a little bit. Things have been moving around. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please feel free to leave a like, a comment, what you want to see happen in the next episode as well.